Marciana Marina, a lovely little seaside town here on Elba Island. You have a little supermarket, some cafes, bakeries, and a bunch of closed restaurants and other shops who only open for season when the around 30,000 inhabitants of Elba get run over by around 300,000 summer tourists coming mainly from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. On one hand, we really enjoyed the peace of Elba in winter. On the other hand, we are already looking forward to Sardinia next week and have more adventurous time there. We tried to check out the most interesting things here anyway and made a little video for you guys. But first we needed something to get around with, so we got ourselves a bike! On the southern tip you get really good views of Monte Cristo and Pianosa. Monte Cristo is most famous for the book The Count of Monte Cristo, but there is actually something way more interesting about it. Monte Cristo is probably the most protected island of Europe. Just 1,000 people are allowed to enter the island annually, only with a guide. All this to preserve the unique flora and fauna of the island. With Pianosa it's quite similar. It was kind of the Alcatraz of Elba, an island with a huge prison on it which was used until 1996. Nowadays you can visit it and take tours by foot, bike, kayak and even go for a dive. While driving along the roads, you find some rare remains of the Second World War like this bunker. We are on Lacona Beach and this is a very unique beach because it's the only dune system on whole Elba Island, and due to this fact the sea daffodil is growing here, and it's the only area on whole Elba Island where it is growing. This plant is pretty cool. It blooms really nice in a white color. The bloom is coming before the leaves, so now this is actually the end stage, you see. The plant is native to the whole Mediterranean area where they have dunes, where they find dunes, and also to some parts of the Atlantic coast in France. A very interesting fact about the plant are the seeds. If you touch them, they are super light and they actually float on the water, and this is how this plant spreads around. If the seeds fall into the water, they will float to some other place and settle there. And as there is everything really calm and empty, you can enjoy the small towns without any interruption. We made our way to the east coast till Rio Marina, where there is one of the many abandoned mines of Elba. This one here is the oldest of them and opened in 1950. While there were a lot of minerals farmed in all the mines around the island, the mine of Rio Marina is mainly known for its hematite. The other famous mines are in Capo Liberi, and you can take tours to all of them at least in summer season. We are now in Nareno, and this seems to be a very touristy place during the season, but now we have February now, and it just looks like a huge lost place. It's so quiet here and there is absolutely no one, but it seems like the whole town is just hotel after hotel. It looks just really weird. A place which is never totally quiet is Portoferraio, the biggest town on the island. About 1/3 of the Elban population lives here. It has a beautiful old town, a huge port and 2 fortresses watching over the city. Also, it's the most important connection to the mainland with around 25 ferries running between Portoferraio and Piombino daily, even more in summer. Something I personally really like is that some of the island's most beautiful beaches are in or close to Portoferraio, like this one here, Spiaggia Le Viste. A beautiful calm place just right next to the city. Something which is the total opposite to calm and was a big surprise to me are the football fans of Maciana Marina. They play in one of the lowest leagues of whole Italy, but they are well known for their tifosi, so their supporters. And as I saw that there is the Elba Derby coming up, I knew I have to go there. It ended with a 3-0 for Portoferraio and 3 red cards, a real derby. So let's go back to something more quiet and calm. We are in my personal little heaven right now. We finally found Crocus ilvensis, which is an endemic species to Elba, and not only to Elba but to the western part, to the slopes here of Monte Campania. Endemic means it only exists here, so all these plants, this exact crocus species only grows here on the western part of Elba Island, which makes it a little botanical treasure, I think. While very well known to the locals here, only in 2006 two botanics from the Pisa University found out that this is an own species of crocus. Sadly, the Elban saffron and also other rare and endemic plant species are threatened by something that is a very much discussed topic here, the European mouflon. Elba is famous for them to be seen everywhere, but they are absolutely not native. They are originally from Sardinia and Corsica and were brought to Elba and many other places in Europe in the 1960s for hunting reasons. Now they are a problem and they will be one for a long time. Anyway, we were hiking around Monte Campania and enjoyed a lot of scenic views, made some new animal friends and visited a lot of caprilli, the old shepherd huts which we already explored in the previous video. Here you see that they can come in all sizes and shapes. Some of them were what you would call a tiny house nowadays, others were only shelters from strong winds. As our time on Elba comes to an end, we will walk the Grande Traversata Elbana this weekend, sleeping in our tent and enjoy the wild side of the island as we cross it. And of course we'll provide you with an awesome video about our adventure. I hope you also enjoyed this one. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I wish all of you a great day and a great week. See you next time, bye!
Okay, wir können nicht fahren, ich bin zu deppert. Erst. Naja, eben ich hab's ja verdreht, warum sagst du nichts? So, hast du gehört? Das ist das gute Geräusch.
But we will... Ah, mein Gesicht! Bis deppert, die sind aber gut zu. Alter!
Es war leichter mit dem Bier letztens.
Subscribe to the channel!